Hey guys, welcome back to the Delasio the Movie Guy Show, where I'll be bringing you the latest movie news in the movie world. We are gonna start this off with a bang. A lot of shit just dropped, a lot of stuff. Okay, but first things first. I found something else. I found something about myself today about these videos. I want to get this out of the way. So I did a 30-minute episode today. It is, I believe, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock right now? 6 or 7 o'clock right now. Not a lot of movie news in the morning. I've noticed this about my two videos. That every time I do a video, more news drops in the afternoon. Like by the day end, I have a whole roster of stuff to talk about with you guys. And in the morning time, I'm like grasping for straws. There's not a lot. And that's understandable. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, not a lot of awesome stuff happens. So, what I'm going to do is, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you will get my show in the afternoon. Probably around this time, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. Friday, and Thursday and Friday will be grasping at straws while we'll try to find stuff in the morning. Only because I have to work in the afternoons. And the weekends and Monday are no-go because I also work those days as well. I'm literally not home those days. So that is when you will guys be getting your episodes, if you're even watching. I know you're watching. There's like 30 people on my videos. That's accumulating though. I'm not saying, wow, a lot of people watch my videos. They're not. I'm slowly starting. But I do have a lot of stuff to talk about today. I'm even going to throw in some of the stuff that I did on the 30-minute video just because I found it interesting and I do like talking about it. And I've had time to think about it again, so I will talk about it. So let me break down the basics on the... Let me do this, the 30-minute video that I did today. This is the news that I did grasp. So, Catherine Langford... I believe she was the actress on 13 Reasons Why, was casted in Avengers Endgame. Now, I didn't see her. Then again, I really didn't watch 13 Reasons Why. I was the person making fun of it. Because I'm a terrible person. Not really. I just didn't have interest in suicide videos on Netflix. Not literal, but, you know, I just, it's not my show. So, she was casted in Endgame for a little scene that the Russo brothers described. So... And by the way, it's Monday. There's been a bootleg copy out, and it's been in the theaters for like almost 2 weeks. You haven't seen it, that's on you. Go see it. Don't watch this video. Go see it, but I'm going to spoil it. I don't care. So, after he gets the gauntlet, after Iron Man gets the gauntlet and does his little I am Iron Man snap, he goes into a plane. Not an actual plane, but like a dimensional plane, kind of like what Thanos did in Infinity War when he snapped and he saw young Gamora. Same thing happened with Tony. I would have liked to see this. If it's in a deleted scene, that'd be dope, but it's not in the movie. From obviously reasons, we didn't see it. So when he snaps his finger, she was supposed to, he was supposed to wake up in that water bit and walk towards, somebody would be walking towards her. And then she would, Catherine Langford would be playing an older Morgan. And she would say something on the lines of like, I think if I remember correctly, they said she would say, "It's okay, Dad. We're safe now. You can rest." Kind of what Pepper says. But it's from Morgan, from the future. So it's like basically what Pepper did, give him acknowledgement. Hey, you've done amazingly well. You've kept this, everything, the world safe for 11 years. It's okay now. You can rest. That's basically what the scene was. And they put it in the movie, and then I guess, I wish I was those lucky bastards. They got to do test audiences, and I guess when they did that, a lot of audiences were confused because they knew who the hell she was, which makes sense. And when you see Endgame, there's two parts where you meet Morgan. You see her at the beginning, you see her at the end. We know he has a daughter now. I can understand why audiences were confused and didn't have and we don't have really emotional connection. We have emotional connection with Tony and Pepper because we've seen them since 2008. That makes sense. But we don't have emotional. They have a kid that's sweet and all, but we don't have emotional. Us fans, especially the sweaties, the hardcore ones, the ones that put posters in their room like they're 5 years old. Hi, that's me, and pop figures. We don't have an emotional connection to her. It would have been like, oh God, that's kind of sweet. That's literally what my reaction would have been. I wouldn't have been in tears or anything. So I get why they said it wasn't testing well, the audiences, so they dropped it, and we got the ending what we got. What I feel like was more impactful to me. I mean, when Peter goes up to Tony, and Tony's like, I don't know if he's in shock or in trauma. Like, I know he's about to die, but he's like, basically like that. And Parker comes up to him. He's like, Mrs. Stark. When you hear when I hear Tom's Holland voice go, Mrs. Stark, like that, I'm triggered now from what Infinity War did. I get emotional. I got emotional as soon as I heard Mrs. Stark. I was like, fuck, they're not gonna do this. And then Pepper, and then Rhodey, and then Pepper, and I'm like, oh my god, stop with this. And then he dies, and then I cried like a baby, and I'm still emotionally fucked up from it. Even, you know what? I'm a bad person because I even watched the bootleg. Okay. I had to see it again. I wasn't gonna pay that. I wasn't gonna pay the money. I got bills to pay. I can't always go see the movies. So am I gonna go bootleg? Yeah, I'm gonna go bootleg. And the bootleg wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. So I watched it, and I got teared up again. So that's a good thing, I guess, that they didn't put it in the movie. Another thing, F. Gary Gray is now directing Saints Row. I don't play those games, so I don't know what that is. I looked it up. It's apparently a gang game. That rhyme? Gang. No? Not funny? Whatever. It's apparently a video game about gangs. Do I think it's a fit? Yeah. Only because 90% hip-hop artists were at some point in a gang. It's what happens. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And he's worked with most hip-hop artists. He did Friday, he did Straight Outta Compton, he did Fast and Furious. Clearly it's an action game too, so clearly he has action under his resume, so he can definitely do this. I don't doubt him at all. If I play the game and see a movie, I might enjoy it. Who knows? Now, is this gonna be one of the movies that break the curse? Probably not, because I think Pikachu is about to do that. I honestly think Detective Pikachu is gonna break the video game curse. Hopefully Sonic too. I really want Sonic to work. I like the way Sonic looks. You guys saw that from my first 2 episodes. Or I think it was my first one. I think Sonic looks awesome. Even with teeth. Who fucking cares? But you guys are bothered by it, so now they got 100+ workers going back. I'm not ranting again. That was in the second episode. I called you all piss ants because you guys pissed and complained on Twitter about it. But, shit happens. So now they're working on Sonic. And I just hope that's a good movie. But Pikachu, I think Pikachu is really going to break the video game curse. And if it does, we'll have studios like Universal and everybody just kind of just going after video game franchises like a mother. Uncharted, I know that's still in development. That needs to be made. Hell, I would even like to see a Call of Duty movie, as long as you don't take it to space, because that's where you guys lost me in the first place. Thank you, Activision, and whoever else made a video game, Call of Duty game that's in space. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing it, and I'm definitely not going to watch it. Do a regular Call of Duty movie. Matter of fact, why don't you just do Modern Warfare, make that a new movie, because that was probably the dopest storyline out of the Call of Duty games was all 3 Modern Warfare. So yeah, Saints Row, F. Gary Gray. I liked Fast 8. It's not the best, but I liked it. So he has action on the resume. So do I think he can do this? Do I know anything about the game? I don't know shit about the game, and I think he can do it. What else do we got? We have Endgame sunk Titanic again. Well, not again, but Titanic sank again. Just without the Kate Winston on her door crying and saying, "Jack, come back." Bit. It took 11 days to I have to look at the numbers again. I didn't write the numbers down. It took 11 days to crack almost It's either close to 2 billion or is at 2 billion. 11 days. That is a ridiculous amount of people going to see Avengers Endgame. That's all around the US. That's all around the world. It just shows this. This is the new Star Wars. This will be remembered by. I will be telling my grandchildren about these movies. My son will be telling his kids about these movies. I just realized I said grandchildren twice, so we're gonna try to maneuver out of that one. But you get it. Like, these movies are so impactful that 11 days, it is at 2 billion, and it beat Titanic. And Titanic was right there with Avatar, which is 2 James Cameron's movies. I don't know how he beats his own record, but he did with Avatar, with his blue people. So it beat Titanic. It beat Titanic. There's nothing else to it. The movie's gonna crush. If one more weekend goes by and you get more people, because actually I know there's stragglers out there. I have a few people I know that have, like, not physically gone to the theater to go see it. And that's crazy to me, because this is the biggest movie of the year, probably of the decade. I know it's not really a decade, we're in 11 years. This is a big effing movie. It's monumental. This movie's, if it beats Avatar, you have no idea. And it just disproves the people with the whole superhero fatigue. Like, that is nonsense. Oh, people are gonna get tired of superhero movies. Are they? Because I'm not. There's been superhero movies since I was a kid. I haven't gotten tired. But then again, when I was a kid, they weren't pumping them out like this. They didn't know what to do with it just yet. But now we're pumping them out like every year, almost every 2 years. And they'll keep pumping them out until something happens. You know, if Kevin Feige steps down, which even if he does, I feel like he's got a protege just right next to him. Like, hey, you know, when my time is up and you want to take the reins, you can. That's probably what's going to happen. It's like, it's the same situation with George Lucas and Dave Filoni. Now, for people who don't know, Dave Filoni is the guy who basically created Star Wars Clone Wars TV show. You know, George Lucas was in there every day reading scripts with Dave Filoni. And he'd be in, you know, Dave Filoni's area. You know, I want you to talk about the midichlorians, and don't forget to put this there, and don't forget that, you know, Anakin's never met General Grievous, and, you know, stuff like that. So that's why Dave Filoni is Dave Filoni, and if that guy don't direct a Star Wars movie soon, I will probably sue Disney at some point when I get money and lawyers and a bunch of good creative teams. But that's not going to happen. But he does. But you get my example. He had, you know, Lucas had a protege. Kevin Feige must have a protege, because at some point the man's got to step down, and he's got to have somebody to keep doing this. And I don't think no one's going to get tired of it. I really don't. Unless it pulls a cowboy move, literally, because I remember my dad talking to me, and he would say there was always cowboy stuff on the TV. There's a lot of cowboy movies. Apparently that was the same thing back in the day. It was just people who were making cowboy movies. Clint Eastwood, you know, you just had all these people making cowboy movies all the time. And eventually we got tired of it and no more cowboys. Now there's very few cowboy movies now. Same thing might happen, might not. I don't know. By these numbers, I don't think that's stopping anytime soon. I think when I'm friggin' 80, they'll be still pumping out these things, and that's a long time from now. But moving on to the next subject, well, it's actually the same subject. Spider-Man 2 dropped its trailer, and I'm also going to segue into the new clip. Let's go over the trailer real quick. Let me give you my opinions on the trailer. Holy shit. I cannot wait for Spider-Man Far From. I thought I was excited for Endgame. I was excited for Endgame. I'm more excited for. Where you at? Come here. Don't fall down. Don't hit me in the head. There you go. I'm more excited for this guy. Okay? This guy right here, I'm excited for. And by the way, I love that this suit is literally in a big part of Far From Home. Because I was kind of hoping they wouldn't just chunk it right away. They didn't. So the trailer opens up. with Tom Holland going, I see his face everywhere I go. I just miss him. And as he's saying that, he's in the Iron Spider suit. He's on top of the building. Looks to the left. There's a mural of Iron Man. You know. And I was like, oh. That's how we're starting it. That's how we're starting the trailer, huh? That is hurtful, Marvel Studios. It is very hurtful. You guys know what you're doing, and it's hurtful. So we've all seen the trailer. I can't pick one thing from this trailer that I didn't love. I loved it all. I loved the Quentin Beck stuff, by the way. Multiverse, different dimensions, and if you haven't seen that clip that just dropped, I wrote it down. He explains that this is Earth, the MCU Earth is Earth 616. And the Earth he's from is, I think if I have to listen to it again, so bear with me if I didn't get the right number, but I think he said Earth 833. Do you know what that means? Do you guys know what that means? That means a lot of awesome stuff's going to be happening in the next few years with Marvel. Okay? We're getting cool cosmic stuff, and we're going to be getting alternate dimensions. And I mean alternate reality. Like, whatever Endgame did, whatever the snaps did, it really tore a hole in the universe, apparently. So now we have all these floodgates coming in. They can introduce Galactus. They can introduce Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the Silver Surfer, maybe Kane the Conqueror. And that guy was awesome. That's another time travel villain. But still, like, they can, there's so many things they can do. They can do Secret Wars. And now they added Skrulls and Captain Marvel. They can do a Skrull invasion. Like, man, we're going to have, I thought these last 11 years was a lot to take in from every Marvel movie. They haven't even, I know they have a bunch of magic tricks in a bag somewhere. I feel like we haven't even cussed the iceberg yet. We've seen amazing things. I think we're about to get a hell of a lot more crazy, amazing things. Endgame's battle scene, I cried because I've never seen that before. I've never seen all of my favorite heroes in one epic showdown. We might get more of that and more cosmic stuff from space. And I'm a sci-fi guy, so I love space shit. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy what they're gonna do, and especially with the X-Men now, and Fantastic Four, they own that. They might not pump it out right away. I think Kevin Feige even said they have the plan down for the next 5 years. He said that, but I don't really believe him because they snuck Spider-Man at last minute. As soon as they made that deal like that, they put him right in. So I believe they might sneak in some X-Men shit in the next 5 years, or throw an X-Men movie at us. I feel like it might happen. What else do we got? Oh, the Spider-Man 2 trailer. I'm sorry, I'm about to trail off. So yeah, we got different multiverses. Spider-Man looks great. I love the Iron Spider. I love those like 4 suits or 5. Wait, Iron Spider, Stealth, the regular, the new black and red one. Okay, that's 4. Still, 4 Spider-Man suits. That's dope. One thing I always loved about Spider-Man is that he has many suits, just like Iron Man. I always loved that about the character. That's what I loved about the PS4 Spider-Man game. I literally made a commitment to unlock every damn suit in that game because all of his suits are just dope. They're all dope to see. So him having 4 suits in this movie, I'm down. What else look good? Man, I love Happy Hogan in this. I love Jon Favreau's back, and he's kind of, I don't want to say he's the mentor. Obviously, Nick Fury is the main guy, but it looks like Happy will also be like the secondary character on helping Peter on his journey. And the theme of the trailer, from what I got, is like trying to find the next Iron Man. And I feel like they might do a plot device where they throw us Quentin Beck may be the next Iron Man. But honestly, I think it's going to be him. I think it's going to be Spider-Man. And I'll tell you why. Because when anyone likes to admit it, Sony makes money. Marvel makes money. With this character, they're making a lot of money together. I'm pretty sure they have some kind of deal where somebody takes this much profits, somebody takes this much profits home. And it seems like the deal hasn't gone sour yet. So if we get Iron Man. We got Spider-Man. We got Civil War. We had Spider-Man. We had Infinity War. We've had Endgame, and now we're moving on to Spider-Man 2, and that's left us Spider-Man 3. That's 6 movies. Now Robert Downey Jr. obviously broke 6 movie record and played a character for 10 years. Why can't we get that with Spider-Man? Because Spider-Man's story doesn't end after high school. He keeps going. He has the problems in college. He has problems as an adult. I feel like they might make Tom Holland the new Robert Downey Jr. And he's got the acting chops. He's funny. He can get dramatic. He can dance around actors with his acting. We've all seen it. So he can definitely be the new face of the MCU. And what better hero than Spider-Man? Everyone knows Spider-Man. Alright? I'm pretty sure my wife's grandmother knows who Spider-Man is. Okay? When you hear Spider-Man, you know exactly who that is. So why not make him the face of the MCU? Why not? That is the most... And if they do, it will be the smartest thing ever. Because Sony will make a lot of money, Marvel will make a lot of money, and everyone will be happy. And there'd be interesting stories you could tell for a long time. There'd be a lot of interesting stories. And I could see him leading the Avengers. Can you imagine the next Avengers, the new Avengers, Spider-Man's leading it? I mean, come on. Who would not want that? Right next to his side, Sam, with being Captain America? And they already kind of hate each other? Especially off screen with those awesome YouTube clips of Anthony Mackie and Tom Holland. That'd be great to see. I want to see that. What else is good from that trailer? Oh, all the action sequences look fantastic. They look better than Far From. And I love, Far From. I love Homecoming, but these scenes got me like doing this. Like everything looks beautifully done. The CGI don't look bad. I like the whole development thing with MJ. MJ might know he's Spider-Man, or she kind of says it in the trailer. Oh, you're Spider-Man. What? No, I'm not. I like that. I like that she might know. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this movie. I really can't. And Nick Fury looks great as ever too. You've been to space, bitch. After he said, "You can't contact Thor, Captain Marvel. I'm just a neighborhood Spider-Man." Bitch, please. You've been to space. That line had me bawling laughing because it's true. He's been to space. He's been to space. You throw it right back at him. He's been to space. All right, he can handle crazy stuff now. He's been on Earth. He's been in space. He's fought a Mad Titan. He's gone through Doctor Strange's magic little loops. He can deal with crazy shit now. So he can definitely help me, whatever they're going to do in this movie. What else do I got on this little notepad of mine? This is actually part of the big news that dropped too, so this is a good thing to talk about. So Dan Fogelman, who is a writer / producer, he has a good little list of movies. One of them I'm not too quite fond of. He wrote Cars. That is a wonderful little cute Pixar movie. I grew up with that. It came out around 2006. I was like in the 4th grade in 2006. It was a good movie to watch. Just like it's just an instant classic. You know what I mean? For the Pixar movie, it's just up there with Toy Story, Bugs Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo. It's all up there. But the sequels are just terrible, and they just be ignored. My son, on the other hand, I have to go to the torturous process. The torture process of watching Cars 2 and 3 all the time. Because he loves those movies, and we don't have Cars 1 for some reason, and we need to buy it from him, because I'm sick of watching Cars 2 and 3. But he also wrote Cars 2, this guy, Dan Fogelman, and I'm like, oh, God. And he also wrote Tangled, which is another cute Disney movie that I liked watching. If you put it on now, I'll probably still watch it. It's a very funny movie. There's some really... I've watched it with my nieces. It's a cute movie. It's funny. It's a great movie. Now, I gave you his little list. Now, here's what he's rewriting. Indiana Jones 5. That's how I feel about it. I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I liked Cars. I like Tangled. Not cool with Cars too. So that's why I'm gonna. I'm not excited about it. Now, if you told me, I don't know, if Lawrence Kasdan was writing it, I'd probably be jumping up and down in my seat because Lawrence Kasdan wrote my favorite Star Wars movie, which is Empire Strikes Back. That is my top favorite Star Wars movie. He wrote that. His son was writing Indiana Jones 5, but Disney came out and said that they needed, well, not Disney, but they said something about, we need more mystical elements. Your movie is too real, which scares the hell out of me. Because does anybody remember the CGI monkeys? Does anybody remember the CGI aliens? Does anybody remember Shia LaBeouf? Anybody remember that shitty movie called Kingdom of Crystal Skull? More mystical elements? They better be meaning like, ooh, it's something mysterious and spooky. They better not be meaning outer space mystical type stuff. Because I swear to God, oh my God, look, Indiana Jones was a perfect trilogy, and then we had that piece of shit. And it just tainted the franchise for us. For another, what? When did that movie come out? 2008? 16, 17, 18 years? No. My mind's really up today. It's 11 years. Wow. Okay, 11 years we haven't had an Indiana Jones movie, and probably for that good reason, because we don't want to see that again. We didn't want to. We ignored that movie. The only thing to me, when I do a marathon, unfortunately, I do watch Kingdom of Crystal Skull only because my mind doesn't just stop. I try to ignore it, but I can't. I know the adventure doesn't stop there. So I have to watch it. And the only thing that makes that movie watchable is the fact that Harrison Ford is in it. Marion Ravenwood's in it. Steven Spielberg directed it. That's the only thing that draws me in every time. I'm like, oh God, I gotta watch Crystal Skull. I don't want to, but I know I'm going to. And I do it. It's not a guilty pleasure. I just love Harrison Ford. I love most things that he does. I even like 6 Days and 7 Nights. For some reason, people hate that movie. My dad showed me that movie when I was a kid. It's still funny. I'll go watch it today, and I probably will still laugh. But going forward, that's who's rewriting Indiana Jones 5. And it got pushed to 2021, dealing with the Disney Fox acquisition, which is a big part of my news today. Is a lot of movies got placed here, got placed there, got placed here, got placed there. Star Wars and Avatar juggling. I'm going to get into all that, but it makes sense because, you know, Disney already had they probably had the next 10 years planned out. Then they got Fox, Fox probably also had 10 years of movies planned out. So now they're just, all right, guys, let's start juggling. Let's put this there, this there, this there, this here, this there. So everybody's happy. Everybody makes money. These projects are open to the world. It seems like it's kind of like you know, when the a new president gets into office and they have to do that transition, you know, where we see, you know, like unfortunately when we saw Barack Obama shaking Trump's hand, we're like, when we saw that happening, it's the same. I think it's the same kind of thing. Like, it's just a transition. So here's what we're doing with these movies. Here's what we're doing with those movies. We're going to kill this movie. We're going to put this movie there. We're going to kill that movie, but we're going to save this one and put this one here. That's what they're going to do. And that's what leads into my next story, is that... Let's start out with the Disney movies, okay? So, the next 3 years, we will get 8 more Marvel movies. Next year, we will get one on May 1st and May 6th. In 2021, we will get one February 12th. We will get one May 7th. We will get one November 5th. 2022, we will get one February 18th. We will get one May 6th. And then we will get one July 29th. And that's in 2022. Again, that's 3 years, 8 movies. I told you, they're not stopping. Not anytime soon. They're pumping out. They already have the next 8 movies planned. Have they told us officially what they are? No, but we can kind of guess. And here are my guesses. I think we're getting that Black Widow movie May 1st of next year. That's a thing. That's happening. Because it's already in. I think they're about to start production on it, and I think Eternals is still casting, and they're about to be in production too. Those are the two movies that I know officially that are in production, and Guardians is not starting production until next year. That will lead into my other one. So I think Black Widow, and we're getting Eternals. That's what I think is happening. Now, I think the Black Widow movie will be a prequel, obviously, because what happens to her in Endgame. And if it does, that's cool. We get a little backstory more on the Black Widow. But a lot of people also wanting to see her maybe try to get out of the Soul Realm. And I don't know how I feel about that. They do it in a right way, where we get to see more Black Widow and she comes back. That's cool too. But if we just get a prequel, I'm also cool with that. Because we've had Black Widow for a long time. We kind of know her backstory and we've seen her. So I'm also cool with that. But if they are planning to go the other way around, where they somehow figure out how to get her out of the Soul Realm, where where Gamora is, and the original Gamora, not the 2014 one, but where the original Gamora is, and her, that could be interesting. I think that's the first movie. I think the second movie will be the Eternals. I honestly think that's gonna happen. It's gonna be basically, from what I've read, there are Celestials. It's a team of Celestials, which was way back. I don't know if they first said it in Dark World or Guardians. I know they said it in the first Guardians, and I definitely know it was in the second Guardians because Peter's father was a Celestial. Basically, these god beings, these people. So that's a new team up movie that we're gonna see, is the Eternals. So we're going to space once again. We're dealing with very powerful people. So far, I think it's confirmed. Angelina Jolie is now cast in that movie. That's awesome. I don't care what anybody says. She's a wonderful actress. I think she's Academy. I think she's Academy Award winning. That's a great addition. I love that my favorite actors are starting to become movies. I was excited when I saw Stallone in Guardians 2. And if I don't see him in Guardians 3, I'm going to be mad. Because I love Stallone. I would love to see my other favorite actors in these movies too. Oh my god, I would eat it up. Get Bruce Willis in there, even though I definitely know he ain't gonna do it. He might. Obviously he likes superheroes kind of a bit. He was in Unbreakable and Glass. Maybe. So that's what's coming out next year. Well, that's not what's coming out next year. Those are my thoughts. Those are what I think are coming out. Now, 2021, that's where my thoughts get a little dicey. Now, I know this superhero code, and excuse me, you can yell at me all you want if I mess his name up, but Shang-Li or Xing-Li or Shen-Lin, the master of from what I read, he's the master of the Kung Fu arts. He's a superhero. Marvel's trying to make a lot of money, and they're doing it, because what Black Panther did for the black culture is ridiculous. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean in a beautiful, ridiculous way. One movie got together a group of people. It didn't matter what backgrounds they had. It brought a lot of black people together, a lot of white people together. It brought a lot of people together. That's what culturally that movie. That's why it was that's why it won awards at the Academy, because that movie, it was just monumental. It made $1 billion, and they're gonna do the same thing again with this. They're gonna hit the Asian culture. And then all the other cultures, we're all gonna brace together and go watch this movie together. It's a beautiful thing. I hate racism. I really do. And I'm in a state where it's kind of prominent where I live. I see a lot, and it pisses me off. So when Black Panther came out here, and I saw everybody talking about it, and there was no hatred, no malice towards anybody going to see the same movie. It was beautiful to see. And it made a lot of movie. It was a great movie. And, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, we all know what Black Panther did. It brought cultures together and it united one culture together where they had their own fucking movie, you know. And Marvel's gonna do it again with this Asian superhero. They're gonna do it again. They're just gonna touch upon all these things and come together, and it's gonna be beautiful. So, but 2021, I think they're gonna probably throw that movie in there. But my theory is, because Guardians is gonna go in production next year, so my theory is Guardians 3, Doctor Strange 2, and a Black Panther 2. One of those might get tossed out with the Shinling movie. Shinlin. I keep messing it up, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call him the Kung Fu Master. That's what I'm gonna call him. I'll call him the Karate Kid. So the Karate Kid is gonna be coming out. The Karate Kid, the superhero Karate Kid, will be coming out at some point. I think they're still looking for casting. A rumor I heard, I like it a lot, is the actor who played Glenn on The Walking Dead. I love him. And I only know him as Glenn. I haven't seen him in anything else. I love him as Glenn. I would love for him to be in a Marvel movie, and I would love for him to be the main superhero. He's funny. I mean, he's great. He can act. I've seen almost all the seasons of The Walking Dead. Almost all, not all. I haven't caught up with the new one, but I've seen all of the seasons where he's in it before he got on the head. I would love to see him be a superhero. That'd be amazing. Now, my thoughts, I really want to see Guardians 3, or should I call it As Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Because I swear to God, if Thor is not in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, people will riot. I will riot. Because that's going to be an interesting dynamic, and I think they're going to be trying to find Gamora and Adam. I think Adam Warlock may be the villain, because we set Adam Warlock back in Guardians 2. So, and Doctor Strange sequel, I've been waiting on that. I love Doctor Strange. And Black Panther 2, do I even need to say more? We need that movie. I want that movie. Fucking eat it up. So, 2022, February 18th, May 6th, July 29th. I think they will capitalize on Captain Marvel. We're definitely getting another Captain Marvel. And I think we're going to get a Spider-Man 3 and an Ant-Man 3. Moving on from that, more release dates. The New Mutants got pushed back from April 2018. It was supposed to come out last year. It was supposed to come out in February of this year. Then it was supposed to come out in August. And now it's got pushed back again because of like I said, the slates. So now we're looking at April 3rd, 2020. People were starting to think that this movie's just going to get thrown on the streaming device, but obviously since they moved it to this date, they still want it to come out in theaters. It's not do with reshoots or nothing. They're just pushing it back, which I'm okay with. I mean, I have no idea what this property is, and they're probably just trying to get this movie out so the old X-Men can be wiped clean, and then we can start the new ones. With that being said, I'm not mad about it. And Gambit is dead, the movie, with Channing Tatum, or if it was still Channing Tatum, I don't know. They've been talking about that movie since X-Men Wolverine Origins, which I try not to mention because it's a terrible movie, but thank you for Deadpool for going back and making fun of it. But it's dead. That movie got scrapped. It's done. They're not going to make it. They're not casting. They're not writing. They're not even going to put up a little iPhone like I'm doing and film it. Nope. Nada. Gone. Which is probably for the best, because, like I said, Disney, Fox, X-Men, characters, boom. I ain't going to do another one. So that makes sense. Moving on. Now here's where it gets interesting. At least for me. Because I like both these franchises. Star Wars. We will not see another after this movie. We will not see another Star Wars movie till 2022, and then the next one will be 2024. Then the next one will be 2026. And that's 3 movies within a year period. I wrote on here spin-offs with a question mark when I'm making my notes. I don't think it's going to be spin-offs because they're so close to each other. You know, comes out 1 year, takes a year off. Comes out 1 year, takes a year off. I feel like it's a trilogy. There's only 2 trilogies I could think of. It's either going to be Rian Johnson's trilogy, which I know people probably don't want to see now because The Last Jedi. I still want to see it because I think Rian Johnson can make a good Rian Johnson movie. I don't think he should have touched Episode 8. I think he should have got somebody else. Now, do I think he can come up with something brand? Because I think the report said he was writing these brand new trilogies for Star Wars. So do I think he can come up with his own Star Wars universe? I mean, his own story within the Star Wars universe, playing within their little sandbox? Yeah, I think he could do it, and I think it'd be amazing. But can he continue episodic tales that's already been set in stone since 1977? No. I liked The Last Jedi. I didn't love it like I loved The Force Awakens. I could do without the whole Canto Bite bit, saving the animals. Thank you, PETA. Like, I didn't need to see that in Last Jedi. Do I wish Luke would have lived? Yeah, I really did. I was kind of hoping Luke to live maybe till 9, but now I'm getting him as a Force Ghost, possibly in Episode 9 from JJ, which I think is actually really going to happen. I have my problems with Last Jedi, but I also love some things out of Last Jedi. Now, his trilogy, on the other hand, like I said, I think it actually, since he's writing it and not basing, he might be basing it off some kind of story, maybe one off the Legend books. I do not know. I know he's writing these stories. He said he was right after The Last Jedi, he was just writing away and doing movies and whatnot like he always does. So that might be the trilogy. We have no idea what it's going to be. But this one we might particularly know. Especially since Kathleen Kennedy said something and then they announced this. So, I don't know how to say their names. Benioff and Weinstein, I think that's how you say it. The guys who direct Game of Thrones. And like I said with my first episode, I have not watched Game of Thrones, but I see how people are nuts over it, which makes me want to watch it. And I will eventually. Just not at this moment. I don't have HBO. I will get HBO and then I'll watch it and then I'll tell you guys my opinion on it. But for right now, I do not know a damn thing about Game of Thrones. But these guys are directing it, and I already know Game of Thrones is kind of medieval, isn't it? So what else could be medieval in Star Wars? Old Republic. Could it be an Old Republic trilogy? Possibly. And if it is, I will eat that up. Because seeing Star Wars before it was Star Wars, before The Phantom Menace, will be very interesting to see. I will cry my eyes out if I see 1,000 Jedis and 1,000 Sith battling each other. Just a whole bunch of colorful lightsabers with a whole bunch of red lightsabers coming at each other going, pow! That would be awesome to see. Force powers going everywhere, blasters, ships. That would be amazing to see. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so I don't know how their writing is or if they're writers or directors. I don't know what they do. I know they're a big part of it, though, from what I read. Am I excited to see something about Old Republic? Yeah, because also Kathleen Kennedy said, we're thinking about it. It's in development, but we don't know if to make it a movie, a game, or a TV show. I think it might be the TV show. So those are the Star Wars things that are coming out, and that's my theories on it, what they might be. It's either going to be the Rian Johnson, it's either going to be the Game of Thrones guys. Now, the spin-offs, I think they're just gonna save that for the Disney streaming device that comes out in November. I think they're gonna tell all their little side stories in there. So yeah. Moving on again. Still the same. We're still in the same area. We're still in Disney Fox Arena. Avatar got delayed again. Instead of coming out next year, which what about from the report, it was supposed to come out in 2014. It was supposed to come out 5 years ago. It's been 10 years since Avatar. Now it's going to be 2021 when we get it. 11, 12. Well, it will be 13 years since the last Avatar, or 12 years. Be one of the two. It's gonna be it's almost a decade. It is a decade uh, that we haven't seen an Avatar movie, and they're so let me give you my opinion. This is what they're gonna do with the Star Wars and Fox movies with Avatar and Star Wars, because I think they have Marvel, they have Star Wars, but now they have these Avatar movies because now they own Fox. So now we have three really big fucking franchises. One franchise that's still in the making. So this is what's going to happen. 2021 of December, we're going to get Avatar 2. 2022 of Christmas is when we get our Star Wars. Then 2023 is when we'll get Avatar 3. Then 2024 is when we get the next Star Wars movie. Then 2025, Avatar 4. Then in 2026, we will get the ending of that trilogy, the last Star Wars movie, until they tell us another one. And then in 2027 will be the last Avatar movie, which is Avatar 5. Now let me just say this. For us to get us to care, again, because I know there's a lot of people out there who probably have forgotten Avatar. I have it because I got it on DVD. It's a great movie. At the time when it came out, it was very different 3D. 3D's gotten boring now. But at the time, it was fresh, it was new, and it was an amazing thing. I remember my dad took me to go see it with my little brother. And I was just in awe when I saw it, because everything was, I felt like I was on Pandora when I was watching this movie. So the technology aspect of it is crazy. We know what I heard he actually took people to like the middle of the ocean and dropped his actors thousands and not thousands, like under the ocean, and filmed scenes motion captured under the ocean. James Cameron is a madman. He's kind of like an addict. All right, once he has a little bit of meth, he wants to keep doing meth. Once he gets really interested in something, he keeps doing it. Like after Titanic, he took like 10 years of his life and devoted it to the Atlantic Ocean. He was just doing shit with the Titanic. He was helping those guys find stuff and looking at stuff and developing technology with these guys, looking at the Titanic, and then I think he made 1 or 2 documentaries or 3 documentaries about the Titanic. That's what he was doing before the Avatar thing, and then the Avatar thing happened, and now he's dedicated almost the rest of his life to Avatar. This is his swan song. He's making 5 of these. Sorry, 4, because the other 4 sequels plus the 1. To get people, I feel like, personally, if he's to sell this franchise on us again, they have to re-release. They have to do it next year. I know it doesn't say it, but he has to do something with the original Avatar. He has to re-release it. And if he doesn't, if he's planning to go out the gate with Avatar 2, all power to him. Who knows what can happen? We didn't know what happened when Avatar came out. No one knew it was going to make that much money. No one knew. But Star Wars kind of stole their plan, releasing a movie in December, because no one really goes see these movies in December, because usually the movies are up are crappy Christmas movies. No one really goes. Avatar changed that, and then Star Wars changed that, and now they're both sharing December together each year. I feel like you need to re-release this movie one more time in theaters for everyone to get redefined with these movies. That's personally me. That's what I would do. I would re-release Avatar, then do the sequel, and then release the sequel, and then keep on working to the next ones. But if he goes out the gate with it, like I said, all power to him. It's gonna be a great movie. I mean, for Christ's sakes, he spent, I don't even know how old he is, but I'm imagining by the time these movies are done with, he's going to be way older than he was when he started. I just hope he doesn't pass away in the process of making these movies, because he's got 4 sequels coming out in the next few years. So let's hope he gets them done. That's a lot of Avatar movies right there. And I love that world and the technology he's going to do. I mean, I even heard where he's going to do 3D, where we can watch a 3D movie without glasses. I still can't even fathom that. I don't even know how he's gonna do it, but he said he's gonna do it, and he probably will do it, and I'll probably piss my pants. I'll probably feel like I'm in the damn movie. Again, literally this time. He'll probably cast me as an avatar or put me in a blue suit. That is really all my movie news today, guys. Except for this little tidbit here. It trailer 2 will drop Thursday, supposedly, which is not too shabby. I've only seen the first 20 minutes of it, only because Showbox sucks. I think I need to get that movie and just watch it finally. I'm not really into horror movies, but everyone seemed to love it, and I like the cast members so far. With whom James McAvoy and Bill Hader in Avatar. See how much Avatar is on my mind? I've been talking about Avatar for so long. I'm starting to think they're an Avatar. They're gonna have a crossover with the damn clown and the blue people, and it's gonna be an amazing movie. No, that's a Stoners movie. I'm sorry. It Chapter 2 trailer will come out Thursday. I have to watch the rest of this movie because I'm excited for the cast. I know the other actors, I just don't know their names. But Bill Hader I'm excited for, and James McAvoy, because what can James McAvoy not do? What can he not do? Alright, I liked Wanted, I liked Split, I liked Glass, and now he's my Professor X. Right next to, why can I not think of his name? I'm a horrible movie person, that's what it is. The other Professor X, the older version. I like them both. James McAvoy is my favorite, though. But yes, it trailer 2 Thursday. I will watch it, and I will at some point watch the movie, like a whole bunch of other movies I'm supposed to watch, because people love to just suggest me things all the time. But I work 40 hours a week, and I'm a parent, and I'm a husband. I don't have time to do all that. I wish I did. I try to find time. I try to find the time to do this. I try to find time to watch movies and new stuff. Now I'll probably get off here and probably go watch that new Ted Bundy movie because I've been hearing great things. So you guys have a great afternoon or nighttime wherever you're at in the world, or morning. I hope you give this video a like. I hope you subscribe, and I will keep bringing these videos to your attention, and I will keep annoying you with my movie news until you're tired of me. Or unless you keep coming back and watching me. I love you guys. So far, I've had like 30 views. I like doing this so far. You guys want to keep coming back? I'll keep making them, and I'll put it out there on my social media. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. So, yeah. You guys have a wonderful evening, and good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening. Have a great day.